Good morning.
Hello.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up?
How are you?
We're great.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for taking time for me.
Oh man, thank you
The
for
magazine. We know each other, right? You don't recognize me?
What's that?
You don't recognize me?
I don't know. We're staring into a huge light right now,
Yeah.
so it's hard to even. Oh, go Bills!
Go Bills! There you go. I'm Tim Amoroso from the Ventura County Music Awards. And
Oh yes, Tim. That's right.
Dude, now I knew I recognized you, and I was like, I can't place it though.
I didn't know you were doing. I didn't. I honestly had no idea that this was related to that. But
Oh,
that's
yeah,
amazing.
We have a magazine, No Cover Magazine. You guys know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's who the sponsor of the awards usually is.
They help put it on, like our
Yeah.
the production of it. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I want to apologize because I know the last time we misspelled your name, and
Oh, it's all good,
It's all
man.
good.
it's just hard. Just so many names, and you think you get them right, and people miss. I'm just apologize. So
Oh, don't even worry
any
about it,
bad
man.
blood or anything, I apologize with depths of my heart.
Oh, there's no, not at
not
all.
at all.
All right, awesome. Well, dude, you guys are playing the theater. How awesome is that?
We are so excited. It's been a long time coming. We were supposed
Yeah.
to be playing it during 2020, like so many other things that were supposed to happen.
And we kind of like Ventura was one of our like starting points,
Yeah, it's
we
got a
started
special
at
place.
Bombay. We love Bombay, and we kind of been playing other places in Ventura, the surf rodeo and the Concert in Your Car. And like he said, now it's like we've been waiting, like, Ventura Theater is probably like,
Oh yeah, it's something we've been looking forward to for a
sure.
really long time.
So how do you guys start? Let's start there. Like, you guys decided, like, what is the infant idea, and how do you guys pull it off? I mean, because what you guys have done is very, I mean, I always thought of you guys as local, right?
Yeah.
And to see you guys really transcend that and draw huge crowds. People love what you guys doing. You guys are fun to be around. It's a show and a fucking half. Like, you guys really put it together. Like, how does that all come together to make Yachtley Crew?
Well, thank you.
Yeah,
First of all.
absolutely. I mean, also, and just thank you because you've been such a supporter of us from the beginning. You've been incredibly kind, and and that you keep bringing us to do things like this does not go unnoticed. So we appreciate you very much. But I mean, the first thing I will say is that, we get to play great music as a living.
Right. It all starts with the songs.
We're lucky when it
Yeah.
comes to that,
For sure.
So I'd say the first thing is the music. I mean, when you have a 2-hour set, every song of which has been a #1 hit at some point or another, a lot of your job is done for you, right? Two, I would say the people who are fans of this music, as diehard as we are, they have made this possible. And so I think then really what falls on us is to play these songs to the best of our ability, as close as we can to the masters that wrote and created them, and to have a shitload of fun while we're doing it. Because that's one thing that I think we have control over, is our musicianship and our artistry and the fun that we're having on stage. Those two things are what the audience experiences from us mostly.
Yeah, we always say, like, it's one thing to go up on stage and play the songs, but we want to put on a show for everybody. This is entertainment, so we're here to entertain. And I have to give props to Phil, who is our lead singer, and he can sing these incredibly high songs for 2 hours. He's super dedicated about taking care of his voice and being a professional. And I really think that, like, that helps bring us to the next level. That's something that's really hard to find. So we're super lucky that we get to make music with this guy. And I
mean, I'm just trying not to embarrass myself over here. Honestly, that's really what drives me to do everything, is I'm just trying not to suck.
Well, you're doing a good job.
To do that high pitch, because a lot of those songs are very high and pitchy. And when I've seen you guys perform it countless times. I always, in the back of my head, I was like, is his voice hurting at the end of this? Like,
when we first
how is
started
his
out,
voice going?
when we first started out, after about the first 2 or 3 months, I was having some trouble with my voice. And we did like 3 or 4 shows in a row. And I woke up on a Sunday morning after the 4th show and it hurt to talk. And I was like, oh shit, and so I went to my voice doctor and I went to my singing coach and I had to kind of relearn to sing. But the big thing was that we were playing in some venues that either didn't have any stage monitors or the stage volume was so loud and the stage was so small, I couldn't hear myself. So I was actually over singing. And it was like I was basically shouting the notes for 2.5 hours, 3 hours in a row. And no voice can take that. So I had to get in-ear monitors. That saved me. I had to learn how to sing these songs a little bit differently so that I could put on a 2.5 or 3 hour show and not blink. And then also we played probably 600 gigs in the last 4 years. Yeah. And, just by virtue of doing it, it's just like, like when an athlete plays that many games, they have a base level of athleticism already that they walk on to the court with. And, you do anything enough and you're going to hopefully become pretty good at it. I hope. I'm also surrounded by dudes like this that shred. We have Sailor Hawkins on the drums, who absolutely kills it. We have Baba Booey on the bass. That guy is insane.
Yeah, he's really
he can literally hear like a song one time and know how to play it. It's crazy. Right. And then Pauly Shores and our keyboard player. Yeah. Everybody brings their A game, and so that's also what allows us to have fun. When you know that you're on stage with professionals who are killing it, who are dedicated to playing the music the best that they possibly can, we all just get to have fun.
Yeah. I mean.
And try and mess with each other on stage and make each other, laugh or screw up.
That is a key element.
You guys have done so many awesome things just as like your career, right? You guys had a residency at Disney for a little bit.
Yeah.
You guys went on this cruise with 311. You guys, VCMA's Artist of the Year.
Yes.
And we never we have no cover. And we sort of started off as no, we're not no cover bands and stuff like that. But you guys are so good. You transcended our original beliefs.
Oh man, that's so kind. Thank you.
It is amazing what you guys do. The showmanship, especially when we did the, with quarantine, and I want to get into quarantine a little bit.
Yeah.
But when we did the outside concerts in the car, I was there. I just went because I was like, all right, I'm going to support the boys, right? I went and I was just blown away. It never, I guess maybe when I'm away from you guys, I forget how great you are. And then, I was watching some old YouTube clips and you guys are amazing. And in the showmanship. So if people out there that are going to listen to this interview, maybe at all, if you're teetering on the line for that theater show, this is a show to see. You definitely want to see them. Do you guys, when you guys are picking songs, how do you do it? Do you go on Sirius XM and go to the Yacht Rock or Yacht Rock station and what can we do?
There's a lot of debate in the Yacht Rock community about what is and what isn't Yacht Rock. And I feel like at the end of the day, we let the fans decide. Mm-hmm. We went through the 4 or 5 years that we've been doing this.
Yeah,
we've kind of tried out a lot of different songs. Pretty much, if you can think of a Yacht Rock song, we probably played it at some point. And like I said, the fans kind of let us know when we play something, and when the fans really react to it, we go, okay, that's a winner. You know what I mean? And so now over time, we've kind of honed our set list. When we bring it to another town, we play here's we already know. Here's all these songs that these people are going to love,
Yeah.
So.
And also, it's funny too, because we've snuck some songs in there over the years where we've been these are borderline Yacht Rock, and Yacht Rock has such a passionate following that sometimes we'll get messages from fans. I remember one was Hotel California is not Yacht Rock. And
I remember somebody yelling that out one time when we played it. They're like, this isn't Yacht Rock. And we're like, first of all, it's kind of borderline. Eagles, some Eagles songs are, some Eagles songs aren't. And you know what? When we play it, everybody goes crazy.
They
and
love it.
So guess what? We play it. You know.
I mean, it's from the late 70s. It's soft rock. He
Right.
shreds that guitar solo.
Thank you.
Sailor Hawkins kills it on the vocals. I mean, at the end of the day, it's great music from an era that has a certain vibe, and that's what we're going for. That's
we
what
try
we're
not
about.
to get too caught up in what is and what isn't. You know.
Yeah.
When you guys are telling that story, the scene that keeps on flipping in my memory is Catalina wine mixer.
Yeah. Step Brothers. Say something from the stranger. Yeah.
Billy Joel doo-wop sucks.
We play strictly 80s Joel,
That's
sir.
right.
It's the best movie of all time.
Classic.
All right. So what happens in quarantine with you guys? You know, quarantine happens, and I mean, all of us that work in music community were devastated by it, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So were we. Yeah.
Bands are broke up because of it, and not just because of that, because of the time we were in. It was so sensitive. And
Yeah.
how did you guys react and adapt during this COVID period?
Well, we reacted, you know, like everybody else. We were devastated, as you said. I mean, we had a whole East Coast national tour booked, ready to go, like a month later,
Yeah.
and we had to cancel it. So that was like, you know,
Yeah.
a huge bummer. But, you know, we kind of pivoted and said, well, if this is the hand we're dealt, we're going to make the best of it. And we decided to
That's right.
kind of record stuff at home, do a bunch of music videos, and we did one in particular that stands out in my mind is we did Billy Joel, Just the Way You Are, and this guy directed it and did a great job. It's one of my favorite videos just in general. I mean, and especially one of our favorite videos. And it was done during that time when nobody was going outside.
Yeah.
So if you haven't seen it, we're playing all around in different spots in Los Angeles, and there's nobody there.
Like it was so early on in the pandemic and lockdown that I was like, okay, guys, well, we might get arrested, but I think that we should just go for it because we're never going to have this opportunity again.
Right. Our drummer set up his drums on the lawn on the, what is it, like in front of the sign of Hollywood Bowl. I was playing Walking Down the Street in front of Capitol Records, and there's no cars.
There's no people even. There's like no one around. It was insane. And I will say this, you know, like everyone, we were all like, you know, when the pandemic hit and everything got shut down, and there was really truly no end in sight because we didn't know anything about COVID. They didn't know how it was spreading. They didn't know, you know, how many people were going to die. They didn't know anything.
Mm-hmm.
We all definitely had a moment of like, okay, well, it was a good run. Like, we hope that we get to do live music again, but who knows? Like, who knows where the world's going to be? And very quickly, you know, our band leader, Sailor Hawkins, and our bass player, they kind of run and manage the band. They kind of, and I give them a lot of credit for this. They were like, we're going to get out of this. Our job right now is to just focus on things that we haven't been able to do. So we're going to do the concerts in your car. We're going to do some music videos once a month. We even did a couple of, the first thing we did was we streamed concerts that we had recorded because it was the only thing that we could do. This was even before the concerts in your car. Right. And we streamed them live on YouTube because we knew that there was such uncertainty and there was so much fear going on with regards to COVID. We wanted to be a source of positivity. We wanted to be a source of fun and give people a little bit of a break from the dire news that was coming out day in and day out. So we did that. And I give a lot of credit to Sailor and Baba because they were like, we're going to get back out there. You know, our job, we just got to stay creative. We're going to do X, Y, and Z. And then the rest of the pandemic kind of took care of itself.
Right.
That's in. How did it work out for you guys? Did you guys see an increase ticks, or was the music business, because on our end, we didn't get no love like during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Like, we went from 50,000 a show
to
like 500.
Yeah.
How did it work for you guys?
I mean, I would say as a whole, the music industry is still recovering. It feels like it's sputtering. You know, we had an influx of shows get on the books when things started to open up before Delta hit. Mm-hmm. And then Delta hit, and it's kind of gone down to a trickle.
Not yet.
Yeah, and it's still, I don't think it's fully recovered just yet. From a couple of our teammates in the industry, our manager and agent, They're saying that, by 2022, things should be, back to normal as much as they can. But I think it's going to take a little bit of time for, all of the people who are coming to our shows be comfortable again, because at the end of the day, COVID is still out there. There's still a lot of people who are getting infected. I think we made a lot of progress and a positive momentum towards that. And, we just had a sold out show at the Whiskey. We've had, we've had really good responses. We had a sold out show at Coach House. Our show down in San Diego, I think, is sold out already. And so like people are hungry and they want to come back out. But I think, like anything coming on board again, it's going to take a little bit for us to get back to full capacity, across the board. I hope it's sooner rather than later. I hope for you it's sooner rather than later too, because you do such a great job of putting on all these shows all around town.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And we're starting to see the numbers rise for us.
Yeah.
As far as our streaming goes and everything. And we had a show on outside in Ventura on the stage.
Yeah.
On California and Main Street. And that one went well. There's so many people showed up.
That's great, man.
Everyone was still safe, wearing masks, social distancing, whatever they were comfortable with. But it was outside and we did a real good job. I'm so proud of it. My confidence was wearing on me, you know what I mean? Because I don't have the resources I normally did. And I was wondering, am I starting all over? Is this me starting all over? I was trying to identify what's happening with business. And I think it's sort of starting all over again, you know what I mean?
In some ways,
I have a foundation, but it's not the height. So but awesome.
We're just hoping that it recovers. I feel optimistic about next year.
I mean, live music is just a communal experience that can't be replaced. So as long as we can get together and do that safely, humans will do that, I think. So
and as long as Yachtley crew is around, we're going to be playing music.
Right.
We can promise you that.
Well, do you have anything special coming up for this show? I believe it's the 27th. I might be wrong.
Yeah, I think you're correct about that. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it's the night before Thanksgiving, right?
It's the Saturday after
Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
that's right.
I mean, I think Tommy, you always bring a little something special to the shows.
Well, thank you. I mean, we're always mixing our set list up a little bit here and there. You're not going to see the same set from us twice. And, we're always listen, our bass player, he's a big Kiss fan. And he always says that we want to be the Kiss of soft rock.
That's right.
And that goes back to what you were saying about us putting on a show. It's that's been our philosophy from day one is we're going to have lights, we're going to have smoke, we're going to have
dance
antics
moves,
and dance moves. And it's, so it's going to be a special night.
Yeah.
What is your favorite song to play on the guitar? And what is your favorite song in your set? And what is your favorite song to sing?
Man, right off the bat, Heart to Heart by Kenny Loggins jumps out to me because it's such a cool song. It rocks really hard, but it's also kind of jazzy, which is my thing. I just love the dichotomy of rocking and jazz together, and it's this really complex guitar part and chords, and then the sax solo in the middle of it is amazing. So it's just a great song if you don't know that song by Kenny Loggins. And that's been one of our staples since we added that into the set. Oh, we have a cat.
My cat Gandalf has come to say hello, everyone.
I never liked cats until recently. I got myself a cat and
they're awesome.
It likes me.
If they're
I've never had a cat that likes me.
Yeah. I think my favorite song to sing, Heart to Heart, Tommy stole my answer, but my other favorite song is Fooled Around and Fell in Love by Elvin Bishop. That's probably one of my favorite songs to sing. And similarly to Heart, it has this really interesting combination of elements. It kind of has this sway at the beginning, but then by the time it gets to the third verse and the outro chorus, it is just rocking, it's slamming. And this guy murders that guitar solo every time. I'm just standing on stage, I'm in the audience going, I can't believe how freaking good this guy plays that guitar solo.
Thank you. I try to play them note for note. I try to make it like the record, you know, especially where, like we've said, we're like trying to honor these geniuses that made this amazing music. And it's like, well, nobody, like I could do my own solo that sounds cool. And sometimes at certain parts I do that. But at the end of the day, like I'm going to play this song like you know it. And, you know, shred it
not
up.
to put you on the spot, but do you know who played that guitar solo on that album?
I mean, Elvin Bishop.
He played that.
Because he's actually not singing. Elvin Bishop actually isn't the singer on that song.
Oh,
you know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You learn something new.
Deep dive facts. I don't know who the singer is, but
we got to find out. That guy wails, man.
One of you mentioned the saxophone solo, and I think that music is desperately in need of saxophones. Like to me, it's my favorite instrument. Like I don't. Like Us and Them has saxophone solo in it.
I know what you're talking about by Pink Floyd.
Yeah. And M83 Midnight City has that saxophone solo in it.
It's such a great instrument, and it's the reason why in jazz music it's like the rock star instrument, right? Because it's like it's just something about a saxophone brings like soul out of music, you know, and like it brings emotion into it. And it's like it can also be done poorly in poor taste, you know what I mean? If it's done like, I think a lot of people think saxophone and they think Kenny G and they think elevator music. But
nothing against Kenny G, but it's
he's a genius too. But
you know,
that's
just not
a different thing. It's not our thing. But as you said, I think the saxophone is kind of underrated. And if people can realize, like especially in soul music, in actual jazz, not elevator jazz music. The saxophone is amazing.
Old school R&B and you know,
it freaking calls my soul every time.
Even old school rock and roll, the 50s had a lot of saxophone in it, and it was amazing. So, I'm with you. That's a good idea.
The thing is though, like have you ever tried to play a sax?
Well, one time I grabbed Pauly Shore's saxophone and I
yelled at you.
I got scolded something fierce by Pauly Shores. He was like, "You never put your mouth on another man's saxophone."
You guys just pretty much kissed.
Yeah, pretty much. And then he forgave me because I actually wasn't too bad.
That's right.
So I ended up buying a saxophone for like $80 at a maybe like a Goodwill. I'm not saying it right, but it's one of those secondhand stores.
Like a pawn store or something?
It's sort of like the Goodwill, but it's not the Goodwill. It's a thrift store. So it was a thrift store. I found one for $80. So I bought it, and I thought like immediately, I'm horrible at anything. So anything.
That's the great thing about music, though, man. It's like it's supposed to be hard because then you put work into it, and it's rewarding when you figure it out.
Yeah.
So you'll get there,
and you make it look easy. Like this.
I know. Well, guys, what else is coming up in your guys' year that would be interesting to note?
I mean, we're honestly really excited to be finishing this year with a bang. We have shows in Arizona. We have shows in Ventura. We have shows in San Diego, Orange County. And we'll be playing a couple of private holiday parties as well. I know for me personally, my year is going to wrap up with having a baby boy. My wife will be giving birth mid-December.
We're all very excited.
So we're excited. You know, and just so everybody knows, like in the band, we are all genuinely good friends. We love each other. We hang out together outside of shows. And for example, our drummer's wife, Misty, Tommy's girlfriend, Desiree, who's my wife's best friend, Amy, who is married to Baba Booey, our bass player, and then another friend. We're the 4 people that planned our baby shower this past weekend. So, you know, we're a family. And
I will say, I think that's a huge underrated element in bands is to actually really be friends with the people you're making music with and you're in business with. It's like it's a huge part of, you know, you're going to spend a lot of time in a van with these guys. And and you also have to, when you're making music, you got to be able to talk to each other honestly and positively. And if there's if there's negativity, it's not going to be good, you know?
Yeah.
So I would give that advice to everybody out there. Not that it was asked for, but I'm going to give it anyway.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on the baby.
Thank you.
My wife's pregnant.
Congratulations. When does she
Wow.
do?
April.
Okay, that's when I'm born. So, oh,
Whoa.
that would be my cat pushing.
Cat really wants to be on the
Get out of here.
podcast.
Get
All
out of
right.
here.
I think I only have a couple more questions for you guys. I just need to pull them aside. Okay, so if you have, where is it at? I'm sorry. I didn't have it open. Okay, who do you think would win? All right, who do you think would win? All right, who do you think would win? A gorilla or Batman?
Oh, gorilla.
Batman, he just shoots the gorilla. He's got all the
He
toys.
doesn't have guns.
Oh,
Batman
you
doesn't
didn't
have
say
guns,
that.
man.
Oh, yeah,
That's part
a
of
gorilla,
Batman's thing.
100%.
All right, if just hand-to-hand combat, a gorilla, no doubt.
Yeah.
Well, but he does have gadgets.
Yeah, I still think the gorilla is gonna murder Batman.
Okay,
Is that how close? Is it like close quarters, or do they have a lot of space?
they're in a jungle.
Oh, then definitely the gorilla,
It's
yeah.
a gorilla's home territory.
Home territory, home court advantage.
And then my next question is, if we had to pick one human being from Earth to fight an alien who comes down, who are we picking for the savior? And the winner of this gets Earth.
Wow, who are we picking now? Do we get guns or just hand-to-hand combat?
It's this one's hand-to-hand combat in a circle, like an octagon.
That's a good
I'd
question.
probably say like Chuck Liddell or somebody from the UFC.
Yeah,
feel
I
like
was
we gotta
gonna
go
say
UFC.
Dave Bautista.
Yeah,
I was gonna say Brock Lesnar.
Okay,
Oh, there you
yeah,
go.
that's good too.
I don't follow UFC super closely, but whoever like the current champion is of UFC.
Tommy's
That's
gonna
what I
hate
would-
me for this, but
Yeah.
I would also say Zeke Elliott
Oh,
from the
he's-
Cowboys, because he'll just friggin' run right through that
Yeah.
dude.
I'm starting to hate you now.
Hey, my wife's
Yeah.
from Texas, okay? We're Cowboys fans.
Yeah, I lost to
You're a
Super Bowl
Bills
to you
fan,
guys
too.
2 times in a row.
Yeah.
Scars like that, even if it's from 93 and 94,
Hey, I'm
they
sorry.
don't just disappear.
I know. Well, hey, listen, my hometown team, the Bills, lost to the Cowboys too. So
You're from
I'm in
Buffalo?
from Buffalo.
No shit. My family's from up there.
Oh yeah.
I just visited there this Corfu. Do you
Great
know about
town.
that?
My grandparents actually lived in Corfu for 20 years.
Oh no shit. It is
Yep.
such a nice, people are really nice there. I swear to God. Like,
Yeah.
when you say, oh, people are nice, it's one thing, a California nice compared to a New York or Western New York
Yeah.
nice. Like
Yeah.
a California 10 is a New York freaking 30. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. Well, Californians have that baseline of like, I don't have time for this.
Yeah.
That, like everywhere they go, they're
It's
just
too
like,
beautiful out there. Like, listen, we gotta enjoy the weather. I can't be nice to you.
right. I mean, how many times you've been in like the grocery store and like someone's like genuinely being nice and having, a conversation with you. And you're just like, I just don't have time for this shit.
So many
Sorry.
crazies out here. That's why.
That's true. You never know what you're going to get. It's like
Anytime
a
you're in a
grab
big
bag.
city, it's great.
And that whole trip changed my life forever. I
Yeah.
really wish I can just live there.
Yeah. Well, you
Give
can.
up everything.
Yeah. That's the thing is you're always paying prices, right? Like it's beautiful. The way of life is great. It's very low key and chill. But like there's no place like LA and the greater LA area. I mean, like, the opportunities here and honestly, I love living in LA. A lot of people talk shit about LA, but I love it here. I mean, I do find a lot of nice people. I have so many friends that I adore that live here. We get to do what we love.
When you're an
because we live here.
entertainer, this is like the place to be.
It's the center of the universe.
Yeah.
When I retire, I think I want to Corfu. I want to live there. It's beautiful.
Do it. Just beware of the winters, buddy. They are
Yeah.
pretty brutal.
I should go and visit a winter first.
You get about 2.5 to 3 months of the year that are like just gorgeous, and the rest of the year is rain and blistering cold.
Okay. I went there in the summer, so shame on me.
It's great.
I really to change my whole life.
You
For
got a
3
good
months.
day in the summer.
That's
Yeah.
why you got a snowbird.
That's right.
You're here in the winter and then you can go there
Yeah.
in the summer.
Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for your time.
Dude, Tim, it's so good to see you
Thank you
again.
for having us.
It's awesome to see you. And good luck with everything. Be careful, be safe out there.
Thank you.
I'll
And
be
we'll
there.
see you at the Ventura
Yeah,
Theater, right? You're
27.
coming,
Yeah, I'll
right?
be there. Yeah.
After Thanksgiving.
That's
we will
awesome.
be
We
there.
can't wait.
All right, man. Can't wait to see you guys. Good
All
luck.
right, Tim.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Peace, buddy. Take care.